It's so interesting. I somehow regained my enjoyment for YouTube. And let me just kind of elaborate on that train of thought. Sorry, my milk foamy thing is still on. That's why there was this noise in the background. So last night before going to bed, and I really wish I could kind of record those thought processes when I go to bed. I can't because my wife is already asleep, so I cannot kind of write down something or do a voice note or anything. Although now that I think of it, I probably would be still quiet enough to kind of write something on my phone. But anyways, so I had this train of thought last night and I unfortunately didn't write it down completely. So I hope I can kind of recap everything that I was thinking about. I kind of have somewhat the feeling of regaining back my enjoyment for YouTube. And please don't get me wrong, I really enjoy making YouTube videos, be it here on the second channel, but also obviously on my main channel. On my main channel, when I started, I put a lot of effort into making the videos, not only by filming outside wherever I am, trying to create as much B-roll as I can, but also script my A-roll and script out the whole video. And I love that process. But on the flip side, whenever I put a lot of effort into the videos, and please listen to the end because I don't want to come across as if I am not putting any efforts into my videos anymore. I still put a lot of effort into it, but in terms of the video production, I pivoted a little bit away from how I did my main videos in the past. And this second channel is basically one of the catalysts for changing my main channel. So whenever I put a lot of effort into my videos, I opened myself up to being very protective of my work and therefore being stressed out when something didn't work out. For example, not in the beginning, but over the last few months or years, especially after COVID, I did see a decline in viewership in my videos on the main channel. And as I also said that I deleted the YouTube Studio app from my phone, and that definitely helped a lot. But even though I deleted that app, I was still not able to kind of detach myself from looking at the numbers and at the comment section. And whenever I put a lot of effort into crafting B-roll and into kind of 100% thinking about what I want to communicate in a review in the A-roll and be as precise as possible so that I wouldn't open myself up to criticism that I potentially falsely said something negative about the product. Because I like to look at the negatives, the downside, the flaws of every product. And sometimes people feel a little bit offended by something that I really kind of communicate, hey, this is nitpicking, this might not apply to you. But then someone is commenting like, oh, what are you talking about? This never happened to me. Or what are you talking about? You have no idea what you're saying, or you didn't use it right. Completely neglecting that I was saying, hey, I'm going to nitpick, this might not apply to you, but some people might consider this negative. And this type of negative feedback or comments like, oh, your grading is so dark, I cannot see anything and it's so stupid, why are you doing this? This kind of criticism to me felt a little bit unjustified and unfair, especially, as I said, if it comes down to criticism about something like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or this didn't happen to me, completely neglecting what I was saying in terms of, hey, this is nitpicking, this might not apply to you, or completely neglecting, hey, Yes, this might not be to your taste, the coloring, but this is fun to me. I'm making these videos basically for free, and you come basically into my living room and telling me, oh, the way you do it is stupid. Don't do it like that. It is felt sometimes really hard to kind of brush off my shoulders, and was discouraging me to a degree where I was like, okay, here are the videos that I put so much effort in, and either they didn't get any views or not as much, or there were some stupid comments. Then I made videos, for example, where I didn't put that much effort in, for example, first impressions, where I really make a point of, okay, I want you to experience how I'm see this product for the very first time without any information. I'm not editing it, so you can really see how I kind of react to something and how much time I potentially need to kind of figure it out. And those videos suddenly get so many views and not one criticism. And after having made this second channel and making these videos in a way where I'm just enjoying the process of talking to the camera and not kind of weighing me down too much with everything that comes after, like editing, or kind of caring too much about if I had made mistakes in terms of how I delivered. I mean, I always keep stuff in here when I kind of stumble upon my words, and I noticed, especially after being in front of the stage where I also stumbled upon my words, I thought, oh, okay, people kind of resonate with that and don't mind if you make mistakes and don't really care for perfect deliverance of the A-roll. And that's where I noticed, okay, let's kind of dive into that a little bit more deeper. And maybe if you also are subscribed to my main channel, you notice that I am doing this 2-camera setup and I don't edit most of these videos at all. I'm just kind of sitting in the front of the camera and just let it flow, basically. I'm just talking and I'm enjoying that process of talking about these products that I enjoy so much, but not weighing me down with everything that comes after. Most of the time I actually don't really double check the videos because I remember so vividly what I've been saying, and I'm just, all right, put it in, put the 2 cameras so you can see my reaction to whatever I'm reviewing and you see the product. And while arguably some people don't like this because they subscribe to my channel for lots of B-roll, lots of, in air quotes, cinematic work and editing it down to 9 minutes or 10, 12 minutes max, I understand that those people who subscribe to my channel with that style in mind don't like this new style, but I noticed so much in myself that I started to enjoy the process so much more. It is a heavy weight that got lifted off my shoulders, and I noticed this yesterday evening. I was like, oh man, I looking forward to check out that product, and I'm there making that video yesterday was so much fun. And I really think that this, in air quotes, not caring too much about the product, and when I'm saying product, I'm speaking about the video that much, but rather concentrating on the process, is something where I got back so much more of the enjoyment, because I really like talking in front of the camera. I really love making reviews about bags, everyday carry, and these products, or these videos that I make here. I like to talk about creating YouTube videos, mental health. I just like talking and kind of giving out information. And don't get me wrong, I love making videos. I love utilizing the camera, shooting B-roll and stuff like that. And editing, obviously that's my job. I'm a professional film editor. I love that. But I did see that the more effort I put into my main videos in terms of shooting so much video, editing it and making sure every piece of information is correct and all of the mistakes are taken out, the more energy of work that I put into these videos. And again, I'm not saying that my videos now are lazy. That work that I put in is basically what everyone is saying about I put my sweat, tears and blood into that single video. And the more blood, sweat and tears I put into those videos, the more likely it was that I was very protective of that video, and every single negative criticism, negative comment, be it verbalized or reflected by the low view counts, was hurting me. It was weighing down on my shoulders, and it was like, okay, why did those 20 hours of work not pay out? And then I make a video like these now where I just put 2 cameras, put that in, and it's basically me talking for 20 to 30 minutes, putting that into an editing software, cutting down front and end, putting everything together. It's basically half an hour work for me, then exporting it, that maybe takes an hour, uploading it again, that takes maybe half an hour, but it's uploading and exporting, it's not work for me. Reducing that amount of work in the end yields and basically the same amount of views when I put so much more effort in, whilst not being so vulnerable to outside pressure in a way, brought back so much of my enjoyment for my review videos. Again, I prefer making these videos with lots of B-roll and cutting it down to a perfect length and stuff like that. I enjoy that. I love that. But I did notice that it was weighing me down so much. And I got so discouraged by seeing one of the best examples is the video where I had the Bellroy rolling luggage and the Black Amber Forge in one video, where I kind of utilized it as my gear equipment rolling luggage. And I really thought, okay, this will hit not only with people who look for a carry-on bag, but also for all of the tech geeks, camera people. And I really thought, okay, this video will kind of find so many people that watch it. And in the end, it basically tanked. I don't know where the view count is now, but in the beginning, it pretty much tanked. I only got like 400 views, and I put so much work into it. I filmed in environments, in a big office environment with so many people, and I tried to be as stealthy as possible and put the camera there and try not to film someone else's desk, because obviously that's all secret and I am not allowed to film stuff from other people's desks. So I was making sure camera angles, positioning is correct, and I don't film anyone else talking on the phone and stuff like that. So I put so much effort in that, and then it tanked. No one cared for it. Or as I said, I made videos kind of, I don't want to say dump on a product, but where I was really, hey, I'm saying this is a negative thing, look out for that. And then someone is like, oh, I don't care for that because don't ever, this never happened to me, you're stupid. And it basically was an attack. So that is something where I'm like, dude, why didn't you just watch it completely to the end? It was something about the laptop slot, and I was like, I mentioned that and I cleared that up in the end, and I don't understand, why are you attacking me if you don't watch the whole video to kind of listen to what I'm saying, and don't really listen to my introduction where I'm saying, hey, this is nitpicking. This might not apply to you. I'm actually saying this might not apply to all of you, but I need to kind of mention it. And then someone's like, oh, why are you so stupid? Why don't you know how to do this? Aren't you supposed to be a reviewer? That kind of hurts, you know? And that it it doesn't really hurt in terms of my ego or stuff, but I'm like, dude, I'm making sure that I don't offend any one of you. I really want to make sure everything is clear, and I'm phrasing everything in a way that it, at least from my perspective, cannot be interpreted as I'm dumping on a product, or I'm really saying this is, if you use this, you are stupid. I'm really getting out of my way to be as politely and respectful as possible. And then someone comes along and says, you're stupid, points the middle finger at me and says like, you don't know what you're talking about. And that hurts. And seeing now making videos this way now, where I, in air quotes, don't put that much post-processing effort in it, but rather I'm like, just like in these videos, I'm just sitting there, switch on the camera, and then just speak from the heart. Speak how I'm speaking, as if we were sitting down having a coffee, and I'm telling you everything that I like, dislike about the product, or in these videos, whatever comes to my mind. And yeah, you can listen to it, you can watch it, or you don't. And if you don't, I, for the lack of a better description, don't really mind, because I made it from pure enjoyment, but I did not put that much blood, sweat, and tears into making the videos. And I mean that in a positive way. And yes, I think, yes, the way I'm making these videos now doesn't resonate with that many people, but, and this is really important, my enjoyment for making these videos has kind of revived again. That's not to say I have always enjoyed making these videos. I just got discouraged by looking at the numbers and some of the comments. But now, and I understand that those negatives that I just mentioned, they won't go away. They will still be there. But it's not that much of a big deal for me anymore. And I really like that. And it makes me feel much better making these videos. And bottom line, I think that is the most important takeaway, that you kind of protect your own energy and kind of concentrate. And I know, and I totally know, all of those YouTube, and I mean, don't mean this in a disrespectful way, because I don't know a better description, these YouTube gurus that tell you, okay, you need to do this to kind of grow. You need to niche down to do this. You need to blah, 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 do X and Y, and then you will successful. Those people are totally right. If you want to grow, follow those people. But, and this is the most important part, and the thing that I always mention in these videos in terms of mental health, I believe now, after experiencing this epiphany, basically, that for me, it's not about the views anymore. And I don't mean this disrespectful, I don't mean this negatively, because without you, this obviously wouldn't be as enjoyable as well. But I think if you concentrate on enjoying the process and enjoying making the videos that you really want to do, you portray and communicate and maybe, how you say it, kind of put out the energy of enjoying making these videos, you will be much more likely to kind of attract the people that will stay with you for the long run. I feel like this should be a long game and not a sprint. I just know this channel, especially this channel, will not ever grow to whatever. I don't think I will ever hit 10,000 with this channel with the way I make these videos. And that's not the point. I really enjoy making these videos. I really enjoy, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, I really enjoy talking basically to you directly. In a way, I understand this is basically a one-way communication where I talk to you, but I like the process, and I kind of hope that my positivity when it comes down to reviews or when it comes down to making these videos, because I now enjoy it that much more than the last few months as on my main channel, for example, I think that the positivity hopefully will kind of translate into the videos, and that is why I think it is much more important to kind of think, okay, is this something that I enjoy? If not, how can I make it more enjoyable? Instead of thinking, okay, what do I need to do to make this video be a banger, be a viral hit? And oh, okay, I need to do this, although I don't really enjoy it. Okay, I want to be successful, and then I do this, and I kind of bend myself to a shape of a video that I don't really want to make. And that either, I mean, that could lead to success, but that either will mean you need to change so much to make that happen, or if you still enjoy it, it could lead to burnout in the long run. So I rather right now prefer to make the videos that I enjoy making, or not. The videos are the same, but the style how I make it. So I rather want to enjoy the process, be not as frustrated with the negativity sometimes or the numbers, but enjoy the process of making this. So that hopefully people think, I mean, there's this saying, interests attracts interest. So if you're really into something, if you really enjoy, for example, Magic the Gathering cards, and you're excited, you talk about it with a passion, people will recognize that and kind of go, or kind of will be attracted by that passion. And I think it's the same way like I described. The more I enjoy making these videos, the more I am excited to make them without kind of thinking about, oh, okay, this needs to have that pre-roll and edit this and that. I think that will translate in the videos, hopefully, and that way, and then you will enjoy it as well. All right, this was a really long video. Maybe think about what I've been talking about here. Maybe give me your 2 cents. And I made this video yesterday about opening up a Discord. I think by the time uploading this video, I already opened up a channel on my Discord. You can check it out in the description below or in the comment section, not sure yet. Maybe look for that and join the Discord server where we could talk about all of these videos and kind of, yeah, have a big discussion or whatever. If you want to see that video about the Discord channel, check it out up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other in the next video. Thank you very much.